the baby cot that used to be in a particular place she used to make videos, live videos, the baby cot is no longer there. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. I'm going to try and keep this one short because if it's short, it's going to be quicker for me to just edit it and upload it. And I'm planning to upload it today, okay? Before I say anything else, I actually want to say for the men that are on my platform, because on my YouTube platform, I have a lot of male viewers on my platform. And you know, I typically would discuss serious issues. When I say serious, you know, the typical kind of topics men want to listen to or men want to contribute and stuff like that. So then when you make a content like this, sometimes men feel like it's women's topic or whatever, and they show no interest. You know, I'm conscious of the fact that I have a lot of men on my YouTube channel, but I want to say to you men, trust me, this is a topic you may think is, but I personally believe is serious. Because let me tell you, whether you like it or not, I believe that a lot of you, you know, even though you may not know this side, this is typically a Facebook thing, right? And I've realized that it attracts a lot of women to my Facebook platform. And unfortunately, it's attracting a lot, not all, a lot of women their mentalities, I'm sorry, completely messed up. Like, I can't even explain the level of reasoning, and you know, they are not typically I'm not saying all, but it attracts. There are some women that when you see their comments and their comments that they write and stuff like that, it gives you hope that okay, not be all of us our head don't, at least we still have some normal reasonable women among us. But I've come to realize that especially this topic attracts a lot of women that I can't even begin to describe the mentality and let me not even go into all of that, right? But some men that may think, oh, this topic, believe it or not, somehow this woman, Korra, it has gone beyond her. It has gone to the point of group of women, you know, I call them bunch of women, using her story to drive an agenda. It is beyond Korra as a woman. That love of Korra, it's no longer love of Korra. You know, it's no longer love of Korra, because a lot of them don't even want the best for her. A lot of them, I really want men to realize that let me just emphasize on this, and I'm planning not to make, like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. You may be like, oh, but a lot of you, your wives or your girlfriends or whoever, may be affected by this agenda that is being pushed. It is a very destructive agenda. Going back to why I said it's gone beyond Korra, is that a lot of them don't want the best for Korra. No. But they may claim that that's what it is. No. It is not that. Some of them may be women that their husbands dumped, and then they see this story that is up there on the internet, and they are using all the anger and everything that they have for their own situation. They are using it to face this woman's situation. So it is not about what's the best for that woman. It's about the anger that has built up in their lives all these years because of their own life experiences. It's about the frustration that they've been through. They want to live it out through Korra. So whether it destroys Korra or not, it is not what they are interested in. It is a frustration, a bitterness that's built up in their lives. And unfortunately for Korra, she has become like a scapegoat, an outlet for their frustrations. Some of them have husbands that are putting their lives through hell. And typical, let me say Nigeria, let me stick with my country, because another place goes, why you mention my country? Let me speak my country. Nigerian women, they will tolerate all the BS. Their husband comes back from work, they will cook him the best pounded yam. They will do everything to keep him. And then they come on social media and see someone else's husband doing exactly the same thing their husband is doing. The anger they couldn't unleash on their own husbands, they use social media to unleash it on someone else's husband. That's why sometimes you'll be like, why are they taking it so personally? And then you realize that no, they have their own issues. It is not the love of Korra. Because I see some of the advice this woman is getting. I'm saying this again because I know I have a lot of serious men on my platform. What is going on? If you realize, I don't even want to go into details, but if you know what's going on, you realize why topics like this are important. This video, okay, The woman called Korra, she is a Nigerian, excuse me, she's a black Nigerian, and she lives in America, and she's married to a Caucasian, a white American, and the marriage broke up. And I remember coming here, and I have my issues with the man, because, why bring out the way he brought it out? Okay, saying, I'm divorcing my wife, or I don't want to be married to her anymore. You could just say for irreconcilable differences and move on. But he went a bit too far, that I feel like even if you and I, because he accused her a lot of things, she was affair, blah, 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 all of those things, which he has not been able to actually substantiate, but, so we don't know if it's true or not, or he just said them out of anger. But the truth is this, you and I, even if it's true, this is how I feel about it. Even if it's true, and if that was our father and mother, and our mother did whatever, I don't think you and I will be proud of our father come out and tell the whole world and just basically insult our mother in the presence of the whole world, if that makes sense. Okay, all of that gone. So there are some things the guy have done that I'll be like, no, like a man should have kept his, there were some things that I personally have shared in my life stories or whatever. But I share my life stories in the, is a past story, and I'm bringing up points from it for people to learn from and stuff like that. But, okay, I'm still trying to make this video as short as possible. Okay, now, they broke up and all of that. And there has been this thing about, the children. I personally have said it from day one that I'm a fan of both parents being in the children's lives. I believe in that 100%. Because it's not the children that broke up with their parents. No, it's the parents that broke up. So their own relationship has cut off. But the children's relationship with their father and their mother is not the one that has cut off. And it should be allowed to flourish on their own. Do you understand? So that is why I said, I made a video which I said that broken marriages does not have to be broken lives. Marriages can break up, but the lives can still be amazing. It is doable. It takes cooperation. It's not easy, but it takes... Coming back to all this bunch of women, they have dedicated their lives and every day of their life, basically, trying to tell the woman, don't let the man have the children. For them, it's not about what is best for the children. For them, it's about punish the man. But I say, you're not punishing the man. You're punishing those children. They want their father. They love their father. And they shouldn't be deprived of the love of their father. Apparently, Korra herself, the woman involved in this marriage that ended, apparently she's happy to go ahead and let the man have the children. And I made a video which I said that it's even good for the parents. When you give them to their father, you have your own free time. When you give them to their mother, you have your own free time. But these women that have been driving this agenda, they are the kind of women that when marriage break up, they'll carry the children and run to the middle of a bush in Sokoto or something. And they will not want the best way they can punish the man in their own mentality is to make sure he never sees those children. And those children will grow up without their father. And the mother will tell them that your father abandoned you, and lie to the children because they want the children to grow up and hate their father. And what is the gain at the end of the day? Why deprive the children of the love of a father? Yeah, I know, unfortunately, there are some men or fathers that are rolling stones, right? Coming back to this thing now there's nobody knows for sure. So people think that the woman has lost custody of the children because normally the man will have them 3 days a week and the woman will have them 4 days, the remaining 4 days. But the man has had them maybe about 5 days by now. So nobody really knows. And people are speculating. I don't know too. And these are all speculations. Did the man win custody finally? Because not too long ago, there was a video where the woman was live streaming. And I didn't see it. To be honest, I didn't watch that video. I normally watch video where people start sharing whatever is going on. So they said the woman was live streaming and the child came out of the bathroom. Okay, she said that the baby was in the shower. And the baby came out. I call her baby, but to me, they're babies. 3-year-old girl came out. She said she came out of the shower. She dressed her up and she dried her off. And the girl didn't want to dress up. And she said she wrapped her in a towel. And the girl wanted to hold on to the towel. And she left her in the towel and left her on the bed and she was sleeping. I personally, this is about speaking the truth, right? As a mother, even as a human being, let's be honest, who showers a child, dry their body and leave them in a towel? Like the towel is wet. So you dried her and she's like, just leave me. I want to be this way. And she left her with a towel. That story didn't, personally, this is me, didn't make sense. that you showered her and the girl said she doesn't want. And this girl apparently had a cough or had a cold. So why would you even, forget even if she didn't have a cough or she didn't have a cold or anything, why would you leave a child with a towel you just dried them with? It just didn't make sense. And you know you're alive. She said, and she left her there. And she quickly went to the next room. That's her statement. She quickly went to the next room to go do a live video. And she was doing the live video, the girl came out. So, okay, you know you're a live streamer. You know, as a live streamer, I think that somebody should be conscious of the fact that anything can happen. Do you know, like now, I'm filming now, and my back is a wall. If anybody walks in here now, they'll have to walk in front of me. That is doable. Why I'm emphasizing this is this. There's been few things in recent times. There was one, they said she was live streaming and the child was behind her. This same child was behind her. And this child lifted her dress all the way up. And apparently the girl had nothing on, not even underwear on, right? She deleted that video, okay? And then not too long ago, there's another one which is still on her platform. She was getting this girl ready for school. The girl sat down to put on her shoes and the girl opened her legs and a part of her, whatever was showing down there, her female beat. And the mother quickly put her hand and covered it. But it's still there. If you watch that video, you see, partially it showed. That video should have been deleted. I actually forgot to say this, right? Obviously, she's not the only live streamer on Facebook. There are other Nigerians, other women live streaming on Facebook. Why is she the one that this alleged mistake is happening to several times? Why? There must be something she needs to improve on. Why is she the only one that this so-called mistake is happening to several times? How come so far we've not seen another Nigerian live streamer or other live streamer that this same thing has happened with their children on their pages? How come? The one about the towel that they said the girl, now she said that she wrapped the baby in a towel and the baby was sleeping. One, why would a parent, anybody, leave a child with a towel you dry their body with? And at the same time, children don't dictate. Children don't tell you what to do. You are the parent. That's how, I'm being honest, as a parent, and especially for the fact that you're a live streamer, that girl may wake up or whatever. Okay, apart from that, you don't leave a child with a towel they just dry themselves with just because the child said so. The child doesn't tell you what to do. As a parent, you should tell the child. You see, some people may address this in a way that they attack her or bash her or whatever, but I will address it in a way that I feel like is a learning or a lesson or something like that. But there are people that have decided to play a massive role in helping her to be self-destruct. They will come there and say, don't mind them, it doesn't matter. And all of this encouragement she's getting from the wrong camp may lead her to a point of no return. America is not Nigeria. Nigeria, they say, is it your child? It's her child. She can do what she likes. In America, America and Western society, now government get picking. In short, the government sees every child is an individual. Yes, they came through you, but they are individual members of society. Okay? I'm thinking this will be, but it may end up being longer than I planned because there's so much to cover. Okay, now thinking about the same towel. She said she tied the bed. She left her there. She wanted to stay in the towel. She left the child there, and she quickly went to the next room to go make a live video. Right? Now, some people that watched it, I didn't watch it. Those that watched it said that, no, that didn't look like a child that was sleeping. The child, that's what some people have said. They said the child came out drying herself off. Drying herself off. And they said it looked like a child that came out of they said it looked like a child that just came out of the bath. And that makes more sense then. I personally do not believe that a woman would dry a child up, especially this child was unwell. And then the child said, I just want to be like this. And left the child with a towel you just dry them with. Left the child with a towel. It makes more sense what they are saying. People are saying that, those that watched it, that it looked like the child came out of the shower. The child was still wet and the child was drying herself. Those that watched it, I didn't watch it. Right? So people are not thinking now, because the children have not gone back to her since they went to their father. So people are not assuming that because of that incident that she has lost custody. I don't know if that's true. We have to wait and see. Another thing people have to realize is this. You see, we may all discuss all of these things. Like, I'm not going to be one of those ones that will say, it is this, it is that. If I'm saying, oh, maybe it's this, maybe, I'll say maybe. But some people come out and say categorically, it's this, it's that, it's that. No, I don't have any information. I'm looking from the outside, like you are looking from the outside. But I personally, one of the things that I said to myself, you know, the baby cot that used to be in a particular place you used to make videos, live videos, the baby cot is no longer there. So it makes you question, did she just move it to another side? You know, putting it into consideration that the children have not come back to her for some time now. Could it be that something has truly happened and she knows she's not getting the children back and she got rid of the baby cot? The baby cot is no longer there, right? Or maybe she moved to the other side. You see, people can make all these speculations and all of these things. And then before the end of today, the next thing you see her with her children in the room. So it's possible. You see, honestly, let me actually tell you guys what I think. You know, the time that they said they saw a woman, you know what I mean, in Justin's house, right? And then that week, she withheld the children. Well, it looks like he didn't get his children. You know, I think there was somewhere he was saying that, you know, he's not going to go into all of that. He's going to let the courts look after that. So could it be that because he missed out on those 3 days, could it be that he's getting his 3 days back? That's what, honestly, 100%, that's what I think. That maybe he's getting his 3 days back. The 3 days that he lost from, what's it called? The 3 days that he lost when he didn't get them. That's what I personally believe. And then I want to speak on the other area. One other area I want to speak about is this. Anybody that pretends as if they have not seen it, they are just lying to themselves. Let's be honest. Korra appears happier when she's not with the children than when she's with the children. It is so obvious. Let's not pretend about it. That said, let me tell you guys, raising children is not more. They're 2 young children is no more. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of putting yourself behind and putting your children in front, as in put their needs, prioritizing their needs. A bit of, what did I say, selfishness. It takes a lot, selflessness to parent. It takes a lot of selflessness. And what am I talking about? Putting the needs of your children first. Unfortunately, sometimes we as parents have to put ourselves in the back burner to focus on our children. Let me say this as well for those women that live in Nigeria. That before you laugh at her and say, she's not a good mother, she's not dedicated, whatever, I want you guys to realize that, right? A lot of you in Nigeria that have houseboy, gate man, chef, cleaner, this, that, abroad is not moi. So when you see a parent abroad struggling, just realize that it's not easy. It's not easy. Is it doable? It is doable because I have done it. So personal experience. But if you're not someone that is willing to kind of hold back a bit and give, you see, these children, it takes a lot of patience and everything. Let me tell you guys, you see, the oldest 3-year-old is already in preschool. The hours she goes to school, her mother doesn't have to worry about her, like looking after her for that time. The baby, in the next 2.5 years, will be going to preschool as well. It takes, I'm telling you guys, somebody could be like, in about 2.5 years, she'll be having these children gone away from home 5 days a week. Let's be honest, she only has them 4 days a week. Not even 7 days a week. Those 4 days, a mother can, my opinion, it doesn't have to be her opinion or way or reasoning. But I'm going to be honest about my opinion, like everybody can have an opinion. Those 4 days, a mother can make sacrifice in those 4 days and focus on this mothering thing. You understand? It's draining, but nobody asks to be born. No child asks to be born. And I'm hoping that other women are watching. You're a young girl, you are not married, whatever, be watching. Because you don't have to have children, but once you have children, you have to be ready to put your feelings and your whatever behind and focus on raising your children. It's obvious. When she's not with the children, you can see how happy and bubbly and whatever she is. Because children, not be more, children hard. It's hard work. It's hard work. So let's not pretend about it, right? So those of people that claim to love this girl, woman, they say she's 31 years old, so let me be saying woman, to claim to love this woman, and they know how relieved she is when she has her days of break, yet they're trying to encourage her to keep those children for 7 days a week. They don't love her. Her happiness is not important to them. I really hope she will figure it out. These women are fighting their own wars on her head. It is not about her best interest at heart. Children can drain you. Let's be telling ourselves the truth. I have done it. I had how many children? I had 4 children in about 5.5 years. So imagine how draining. It is draining. So as a mother or women or the bunch of women like I call them, if you really have the best interest of Korra at heart, you would value the fact that she gets 3 days break and that she needs it because it's not easy. No, but you guys, a lot of these women don't value. You know why? Like I said, this battle, they are not fighting Korra's battle. They are fighting their own battles on her own head. And in their own lives, they are managing their situation for their happiness. But somehow, her happiness is not important. Their bitterness and vindictiveness and everything is what they are putting on her head. Because I don't believe you will love this woman and you will not look at her when she is without the children. How, let's be honest, it's not easy. So her feeling free when she's not with them is something nice. So that when she's with them, okay, she can do the wild of children and all of those things. But when they are not with her, let her enjoy her freedom. And you claim to love her, and you don't enjoy when she has that, you can tell, makes her happy. That break. Children work like almost 24/7 work. You cannot be happy for her when she has the break. Now, to the group of women, I laugh. Like, I laugh when I see women that ran away from husband's house, as they say it, ran away from their marriage, whatever the husband chased out or whatever, and they ran to their village, and they have their mother, their grandmother, family members helping them left, right, and center, or house girl, or whatever, or rich man wife in Nigeria, that their husband they can employ house girl, employ this, employ that. That at night, the house girl will look after the baby till the morning. Mother would have rested and all of that. Those women, I'm speaking of some of the Nigerian women in Nigeria, that they have all those resources available to them. And somehow they think they are in the position to tell a woman in America that there is no help from left, right, and center what to do with her children. What to do with her children when they don't know what it is to be raising children in a foreign country without any help. No father, no mother, nobody around you. They are not, this is what I'm saying. Be careful who you take advice from. Be careful you always have to be careful who you take advice from. Now, at the same time, why I'm telling men that this topic is important, and don't say, it's women topic, because there are this bunch of women I'm speaking about have created their cult. That's how I see it. It's like a cult right now. They will see day, they will say it's night. They will see night, they will say it's day. They have turned everything upside down, and it's trickling. You don't know if your wife is watching them too. You don't know if maybe your fiancé or whatever is watching them too, and is getting initiated in this thing. Like I tell you guys, it's gone beyond Korra. It's a completely different women's agenda. Because if it is about Korra, they will be talking about what's the best for her. Even when she tells them, I want to co-parent in peace, they don't want to hear it. They don't co-parent. She has told them what she wants to do. They don't want to hear it. So they don't want to hear it at all. What does that tell you? It's not about her. It's not about her. What else do I want to say? I'll say it again. Or else the man or the wife comes out to tell what the story is. Nobody knows for sure why the children have not gone back to their mother. But I don't know why I'm convinced that they're going to go back. I don't know why. I may be wrong, but that's how I feel. I just feel like... Anyways, now coming to there was a time they said they saw a male woman in his house. Right? I didn't watch the video. It was the screenshot that people took that they were posting. So the woman was behind the wall and just looking out. So I didn't watch that video. And some people felt like for that reason, the man should never have his children again in his life. He has committed the worstest, whatever. And now people are now saying, when he didn't get the children that week, people say, it's because, yes, he has done it to himself. Now, she didn't get the children back. Nobody knows what's going on. So people are thinking it's because that little girl came out without her clothes on. Let me say this. Why I want to emphasize on this other aspect is this. You see, the other woman, the woman coming out in Justin's house, Justice house, or whatever way they saw it. And, you know, that one. You know, there's a difference between what actually, you see, that woman's neckness, okay, that it is hers. But when it is the child's, is that woman that has to worry about her shame, whatever. But people didn't even see, to be honest, the top note, her woman's beat, nothing showed in that, right? The world did not see it. But let's even say whatever, okay, it is her shame or whatever, embarrassment, whatever. But when it is something that happens to a child, and this thing is on the internet, years to come, that child will grow up. That child will grow up. It is that child's privacy that has been messed with. That child, if that thing travels on the internet, you know, the mother came out and said, if you share that content, let me tell you guys, the sharing of the content is not even, she was talking about bloggers, it's not even bloggers that she should even worry about. It is those perverts on her page she should worry about. There are some of them that are there, always leaving weirdest comments. Those kind of people grab it, they will put it on their wall. And another thing, people, I was talking about the dark web, okay? And some people don't seem to understand it. That is where some of these people can take something like that and they sell it to those websites. They will sell them to those websites. And when they sell them there, they make their change. They keep it. Not everybody normal on the internet. So another thing I was saying, hey, it's a mistake. But if you make a mistake several times, will you still call it a mistake? Something you have that's happened more than once, two, three, more than once, more than twice. Something that happened several times. Is it still a mistake? You get the first one. What's it called? Oh, do you know something else? This video has got too long. Okay, do you know something else? She came out after she made the video. People were writing comments and saying, your daughter came, whatever they said, whatever way the video ended. Apparently, the video was not taken down. And then she made a video and said, this is my child. You come and put the girl's face again. This is my child. And I was doing video and she came out. My sister was calling me all the way from Nigeria and told me to delete that video. And I thought to myself, so even after it happened, she as a grown woman knew it happened. The video stayed there, really, until her sister told her. You see, if I watched that, I did not watch the video, so I'm always going to say I didn't watch the video, right? So she waited until her sister in Nigeria called her. She said, my sister called me and said, delete that video, delete. People have started sharing it. So it was when her sister came and told her to delete it before she deleted it. The comments from viewers telling her it was not enough. Her as a mother that saw her child walking like that, it was not enough. It took her sister all the way from Nigeria. Calling her before she deleted it. You get my point. So when you talk about Justin had a woman in his house or whatever, that was his woman's privacy that was on the line. But this one is that individual child's privacy. You know why I address these topics? Because when I see a movement as a woman, as a human being, I see a movement and I feel like this movement is wrong. All I can do is use my platform to address a movement or an agenda that I find problems with. Am I coming here to say men are perfect? No. But if women think we should support women no matter what, that is a lie from the pits of hell. Somebody was saying to me, how can you, this. I make video. You guys know, I have videos where I speak against, okay, what that man did is wrong. You guys do know these topics are important because marriages and families are the foundation upon which societies are built. So when we see topics like this, it's not play topic. Another thing I want to say is that, when, what's it called now? What's I want to say? Another thing I want to say is that, you see, when you see this movement or agenda, whatever, that's going on, and you find that some women that you discuss something important. If I discuss about why children should have both parents' lives, they don't watch. But when you bring Korra to discuss it, they will come watch because you understand. And this is, let me tell you how, best way I can explain it. I see it like this. It's like a child that refuses, for example, that refuses to learn maths, that hates maths, prefers to be on the street, when other students are in class, learning maths, they prefer to be on the street throwing stones. Some of you may not understand the concept of throwing stones. I spent 1 year of my life in the village because my father moved from one state to the other. So they moved us to the village where they wanted us to wait until my father was settled in the new state. So that 1 year I stayed in the village, I realized what throwing stones mean, because I mingled mostly with my male cousins, and throwing stone is a skill, and you can become obsessed with it. You can pick up a stone and target something and to show whether you can get it directly. If you begin to do it, because not be like now there's social media, internet, whatever, children can, no, in those days, the way you keep yourself occupied were real skills. Tree climbing, I climbed all the trees, and I was so skinny, so I could climb the tiniest tree, so anyways, so tree climbing and a lot of these things. And that stone throwing skill is also what you use to, we say, pluck fruits. You can stone down a mango from the tree, oranges, whatever. Is a beautiful skill. But anyways, it's like a child that would rather be on the street throwing stones. So imagine, this is how, best way like I can imagine it in my head, I can explain it when it comes to using this drama to address a lot of our women, address topics. Is this. Imagine that child that would rather be throwing stones than be in a class, doesn't like maths. If you want to teach that child maths, do you know the best way? You can use stones to teach that child. And be like, you see, if you put 2 stones here and put 3 here, if you put 2 stones here and put 3 here, when you join it together, it's 5. Because the child likes throwing stones. And now you're using stones to teach the child maths. The chances of it entering, you know what I mean? The chances of it entering into the child's brain is higher, because you're not using what they love to teach them what they need. I'm using this social media drama of Justin and Korra to address a lot of our women. Because you see, when some women come and say women should support women no matter what, that is what they try to claim it is. I see it as one of the most stupid things, because we are the mothers to sons, we are sisters to brothers, we are daughters to fathers, we are nieces to uncles. We give birth to men. So why should society be divided in that way? We speak about inequalities because we want equality above the across the board. It's not because we want women to become more equal than men. They shoot themselves in the foot. The son that is going to be crying tomorrow when his wife has applied some of these things you guys are promoting, that son that will be crying tomorrow is your son. The woman that, your brother's wife, uncle, they don't think. We are the mothers and brothers and, daughters and nieces, whatever, to these men. And you think you're building a carcass or cult, whatever you want to call it. Right? Coming back to this video has gone longer than I planned, but I'm going to round it up now. I think the main point that I really want us to focus on is this. I'm not going to be one of those ones that will come out and start throwing speculations and say, it must be this, it must be that. I want the children to have both parents in their lives. And I don't believe in their mother is not very good. As long as she does not really do something intentionally to the children. I believe in, honestly, for me, raising children, I believe everybody must do it. That's how I feel. You're not doing it because you like to do it, but you have to do it because it's your responsibility. Everybody must do it. You see, what are we talking about? Let me tell you guys, now I have children that are grown. And I'm the opposite. I'm the kind of parent that is very clingy. I'm worried about my child. Where are you? I'm like that. But I'm trying to even let go now, because at least I've raised them to that extent. Do you know what I mean? And I'm even planning to start doing things like travel by myself with other children. And I really want to, because let's be honest, nobody's getting younger. I'm getting to that point in my life where mortality is on my mind. And I want to do some things for myself. But I know years of sacrifice that I have made. I have raised them to an extent. You understand? But I want to start doing some things for myself. You don't know, you know me. You don't know when anybody's end will come. I really, honestly. But when they are small like that, a lot of sacrifices have to be made. At least 3 of them are adults. So even if I go, the one will not be adult, this one can help mind, you know what I mean? Keep an eye and stuff like that. I really want to start, but you have to make years of sacrifices. You see, there are times, even when they were younger, there were times when I felt like, just run away. Just run away. Don't be a parent for a while. Come back after 2 weeks. But I didn't do it. You know why? Because I put their needs first. I took my responsibility more seriously. I put my responsibility above my ibadu, enjoyment. It's a sacrifice. They didn't ask to be born. So I personally, there was one video I watched, and this woman, I don't know what happened, but she was gone, right? She was on the ground, she was gone. But her child was alive by her side. And the child popped out, warm, and was sucking already. It just shows me how, even though she was lifeless, there was something that there's something that she is to her child. That's how I feel about a parent that may not necessarily, if you look at these children, when they are with their father, let's be honest, they seem to be more calm and relaxed and whatever. And when they're with their mother, they appear very restless. I use the word appear, right? We can't pretend about it. And I don't know what the difference is. No, I don't know why. But I made a video, I made a post on Facebook, and I said, children don't act. I made a post on Facebook in which I was saying that, you know, even if you feel like this man is acting, I'm not a fan of that guy, but I have to say the truth when I say it. Or if people feel like he's acting, I said, but those children are not acting. The way they look so content and more peaceful, and they appear happier when they are with him. Those children cannot act that. So their father may act for the camera, but whatever he's doing that is having this effect on the children, that the whole atmosphere looks so much more peaceful. The children are not acting on camera for that. But when with their mother, there's just this, I don't know, maybe she needs advice about how she can improve or whatever it is. I don't know, because you know there was a time her sister said, oh, my sister is a perfect mother, her child has never been sick. Then that time her child was 2 years old. Her child has never been sick. I just smiled. I said, okay. Because children go sick at one point or the other in their lives. And the girl started school. First week of school, the girl was already sick. What does that tell you? She has never been sick because she has not been exposed to that much. So that's not how to determine. There may be one or two ways that she may need, I don't know, parenting classes or whatever. But, or maybe when the children are upset, turn off the camera, focus on them. Come back when they are happy. Come back when the whole place is settled. But it doesn't seem like she's doing that. For example, there was one. She made her food. The daughter was eating from her. The daughter didn't like the food. She continued the live streaming. She continued her live streaming and said, I will make you something else later. As a parent, let's be honest. Your child eats first. If you make their food, they are eating. Or make food, everybody sit down, you're eating your own, your child is eating their own. But for her, and she continued. She was not even rushing to end the live stream. She continued the live streaming and she was eating casually. And she has a child that has not eaten. And she told her, I will make your own later. But she continued live streaming casually like this. But the child had not eaten. The other one, she was feeding the baby. And then the daughter said she's hungry. She said, I'm coming. Let me finish with your sister. Right? Okay. She was, I think, breastfeeding or something like that. And then she finished breastfeeding or whatever she was doing. And she continued chatting on camera. What about the 3-year-old that says she's hungry? So maybe that's what she should do. Sort them out, cook their food, let them eat. Once they've eaten, sat down, whatever, before you live stream, when he's already calm. But coming on live several times a day and not choosing the right time to come live is what is. That too is a big problem. So maybe, but unfortunately, this bunch of women are never going to give her advice that would help her with her parenting, advice that will help her children. They will not. They're only interested in their own agenda, not for the best interest of this woman and her children. So I'll end this video because it's gone longer than I planned. But I think I put out a lot of points. You know, love somebody the right way. If you love somebody, you tell them the truth. And this bunch of women, find someone else to make your target. Don't destroy this woman. Don't destroy her because of your own private frustration and whatever is happening in your life. Don't use her to fulfill your bitterness. That is a mother with children. I wouldn't want your children to be taken from her because I still believe that children need both parents in their lives. You know? So we don't know. We can all be speculating. A lot of those people can be speculating. And then maybe in the next 2 days or even today, the children will be going back to her. Maybe. We don't know that. But I'm looking at that court that is no longer there. I'm wondering, okay, maybe she moved the court to the other side. I don't know. Did she hand over the children to their father and say, I'm not carry, make I rest? I don't know. But obviously you can see she has this big drive, you know, of she's her music career. Or else she can employ a full-time nanny to help her. But I think you can still be successful and chase your dreams, but balance it. Okay? Unfortunately, we live in a world where people are very quick to say, I want to live my best life. You see that? My best life. It becomes all personal. What about the best life of our children? Best life of other people around? We're living in a world that's becoming very selfish, right? So then once you have children, it's no longer about your best life. It's about our best life because you have children that depend on you. You know, this video has gone longer. But anyways, I guess we have to wait and see. But I really want people to focus on what is there to learn from these things. Forget about the bunch of women that are causing unnecessary argument, people that curse at her or curse at the husband, people that are, no, I'm not a fan of any of that. You don't need to, curse at the man or curse at the woman to speak the truth that needs to be spoken. I'm not a fan of anybody cursing at any of them. Speak your truth. If the man does something that's not correct, say it. The woman does something that's not correct, say it. But this other way some people are going about it is wrong. And I would never wish it upon a parent, a mother or father, especially if they have not done something really, really like intentionally. Do you know what I mean? Intentionally do something to want to hurt their, little ones. I think I'll leave this video here. As always, whatever your opinions are, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.